For today's activity, you are going to need to go to the Missouri Connections website. I have that linked at the bottom of the post for you. Most of you should already have a username and password with Missouri Connections. If you don't, for whatever reason, please email me and I can add you as a user. Also, hopefully you remember your username and password, but if you can't get it to work or you can't remember it, email me and I can look up your username and I can set you a temporary password. Now, when you do sign in with that temporary password, it will take you to a screen that says reset your password, and that is just asking you to create your own unique password separate from my temporary password that I've let you use. Um, Once you get in there, and I'll show you what mine usually does. I click login, but then it asks me to log in again. It says my login is incorrect. It does this every single time. So if it happens to you, it's not just you. You'll just need to go ahead and enter your information again and say sign in, and then it should work. So this should be the screen that you see whenever you first go in there. You are going to hover over the word assessments and then go down here where it says career cluster inventory. And then at the bottom of the screen here, it says rate the activities. So you need to click on that to get started with this survey. I want to say there's like 60 or 70 questions. It's just going to ask each thing, give you an example of an activity, and you're going to say how much you like or dislike that activity. Now, think about what exactly they might be trying to evaluate here. Maybe you've never been fishing before. That doesn't mean you won't like fishing. If you could think about how you might like being outdoors, doing something relaxing, then maybe you would like fishing, even though you've never been. But you are always free to click not sure. I would just try to avoid clicking not sure too many times, or it's not going to give you an accurate result. Once you get to the very end, this is an example of what your results screen will look like. It will give you these different career clusters, and the ones that you scored highest will be listed at the top. Notice that I have two that scored the exact same number. You may even have three or even four that scored the exact same number. That's okay. You don't have to have just one. So what you can do with this information is you can click on the actual career cluster. It's going to give you lots of different information about what does that career cluster mean. But if you scroll down here to where it says occupations, then you will see all of the occupations that fall into that career cluster. And then you could further click on any of those occupations and get a lot more information about a specific occupation. This is just your at a glance screen. They're going to go through and talk a little bit about what do you have to do to prepare for this. High school, bachelor's degree is this one. Working conditions, what will you be doing at that workplace? Wages, employment and outlook shows you the potential growth for this occupation. And then over here to the left, you have a whole bunch of other category or links that you can click on to find out more in-depth information about any of those occupations. But what I need from you is this page right here. So you should be able to click here on print, and then it will ask for your name and it'll say print results. And then instead of choosing an actual location, you can say save as PDF. And then you save it, and now it's an actual file located on your computer that you can then link to Google Classroom and turn in. If you don't see this option, for example, if you're working on a Chromebook and it's not giving you this option at all, what you can do instead is just screenshot this page. And you can do that by holding down Control and pressing the button on the top row that looks like multiple screens. That's going to save it as a file, and you should be able to add that to Google Classroom to turn it in.